Oh, there we go. Maybe. There we go. Oh, there's a delay. I'm just waiting for the picture to come up in the monitor here. Oh my goodness. Let me refresh it once more, and then we'll be ready to go. Refresh it on my computer, and then I'll refresh it on my phone, and we should be ready to go. One sec. Just to let you guys know, my other computer is I use I'm broadcasting from the PC, but I usually monitor on the Mac, and the Mac's a little cracked up right now because I'm traveling. Right, I'm in Toronto right now. My parents are here, so I'm hanging out with my parents. They're a little bit sick. I'll be in Chicago next week, and then probably come back and forth. Anyways, one sec. Let me just go here, pull everything up on the phone. Whoops, a lot of ads here. Well, I gotta pay the rent somehow. Okay, just to let you guys know, oh, well, there we go. All right, here we go. So, so we have memberships now on the TheSunnySide, and whatever is whatever. I'm trying to keep the spam down. I'm trying to keep the trolls and spam, and trying to not get distracted, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to be on too long this afternoon. They're just clearing out some charts and little projects I want to do, getting ready for the NBA basketball season, getting ready for the NFL season. So the pro basketball and pro football stuff. I don't really do astrology picks for hockey, even though I'm Canadian, because nobody really cares. So I don't really do that. But I do basketball. I follow basketball, and I'm going to show you the astrology of some players today. And we do NFL football picks here on the channel as well. I am in the process of writing an astrology book. One of my guys, I'm always busy here, right? But I'm in the process of writing a sports gambling and astrology kind of thing. If you want to know more about that, just tune into the live streams, or just send me an email, or go look back through all of our stuff, and you can see all of the picks we made, the picks I made in the past for the sports during the playoffs, and some of the presidential picks and Oscar picks and whatever. I usually do. This is a psychic channel. Anyways, if you really want to have a little joke or a laugh about it, the nightly on the channel, we guess the tarot cards, and we're quite good at it. I'd say by me, I'd say me. I'm very good at it. That's what all the shorts are out of. It's a psychic channel. But on top of that, the TheSunnySiders, my members here, tend to be quite psychic as well, and they guess the cards quite accurately as well. So if you guys are into any of that kind of stuff, please subscribe to the channel. Maybe think about becoming a member on the channel. Definitely share the video. Live stream's gonna be chopped up into a little bit of the other stuff. All right, so that's the action. There we go. All right, now before too many people pop in and get us super distracted, let's jump right into the horoscopes. I'm just letting you guys know, I usually record my stuff live. These days I record my stuff live, and then I tend to chop it up a little later and put it on as a video. So if I'm getting distracted, you guys know why. All right, that's the action. All right, so let's do it. So let's record some videos. Let's look at some charts. All right, so first up, hey guys, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sonny. This is a mini astrology reading, just a short one, and we're going to start off with Kevin Durant. Now, I'm going to give, for the live streamers here, I'm just going to give a little bit of a preface about what's going on with the Kevin Durant thing. Because remember, I do teach astrology, and we're good. So we should know what we're going to see before we go into a chart, for some things, anyways. And what's happening to Kevin Durant is, it seems like every 2 years or so, he wants to switch teams. All right, so that's a particular planetary cycle that we know about. So we'll look for that. In addition to that, he tends to partner up with people, or he wants it. Well, this is just the media talking, right? I don't really know what he's like. Never met him. I don't talk to him. But this is what I hear in the media. He seems to want to partner up with certain players. And there is an astrological sign that likes to partner up with other signs. And so there's a lot of talk in the media that, oh, he's not a leader, or and we'll see a little later as we look at some of the other guys between LeBron James, Kyrie Irvin, and Kevin Durant. Just 3 charts today. Please share the video. If you know anyone into sports or sports gambling or sports astrology, please share the video with them as well. Okay, so there are signs of so what I'm hearing when I listen to the YouTube of these guys, they say that Kevin Durant's not a leader, or that other, and there are signs of that. Like there's a certain astrological signs that like to pair up with other people, they like to partner, they like other people to take the lead, and there's nothing wrong with that. And as it turns out, Kevin Durant is one of those signs. He is definitely one of those signs. But he's also an athlete, and I'll show it to you as we go along. Okay, enough of that kind of stuff. Then we're going to look at LeBron James. LeBron James' astrological chart is interesting, but what's more interesting are the transits he's going through right now. Last year, this year, next year, and a little bit into the year after that, LeBron James is going through a very big change in his life right now, and he's feeling it. Astrologically, the pressure is on LeBron James. The pressure will be released shortly, but then he's going to have a bigger pressure, and I'll show you in his astrological chart when I think he's going to actually retire from basketball. And it could be, there we go. And finally, Kyrie Irvin, and his chart is hilarious. And for two of the guys, we don't have their birth time. Kevin Durant, I don't have his birth time, and for Kyrie Irvin, I don't have his birth time. But that's okay. Kyrie Irvin's chart's hilarious. You're gonna laugh. It's his stuff that he does is just hilarious. All right, enough of the blah blah, guys. Timestamps will be in the description box. Please share the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please tell everyone you know who's into basketball or into sports gambling or is into sports or whatever, that kind of stuff. Please share the video with them and tell them that, we're ramping up here on the sunny side to get ready for the season's beginning in the fall. All right, let's get down to it. We laughed today. All right, pulling it up. I guess we should start with LeBron James, but I'm not going to. I'm going to start with Kevin Durant. And as I do the chart, I'll explain why, because there's a big thing. Where do people think Kevin Durant is going to show up? Or an even funnier one, why people think Kyrie Irving might like and LeBron James might like playing together, although I do not think they do. And if you asked me to do their charts years ago, I would have said there's no way these guys are going to last. But anyways, Kevin Durant is up first. So let me just pull his chart. So his chart's right here. Oh my goodness, this is going to be hilarious. Okay, let's check it out. So this is Kevin Durant's astrology chart. This is just a mini reading, guys. Most of my astrology readings go... Hey Sue, what's up? I hope you're having a super amazing day. I'm just recording a couple of the basketball things, I really wanted to do, I want to get the basketball charts out, and I want to finally finish doing the celebrity horoscopes, right? During the day, get in the habit of doing celebrity horoscopes. I want to get back to my daytime and nighttime routine that I used to have here on the channel, and do my work in the morning online for you guys, and then at night I'll just do readings for you guys. And I started that yesterday with the horoscopes, getting back on track. And so I'm only going to be on for about an hour, just doing these little charts, these 3 basketball charts of these 3 basketball players. And then I'll come back on a little later tonight to do readings for you guys. For those who don't know, Sue J is one of my longtime Sunnysiders here. She also posts a lot on our Sunnyside group if you're into that kind of thing. But anyways, I'm not going to say anything too goofy about that. Thanks, Sue. I super appreciate it. I hope you're having an amazing day. Okay. Oh, I have so many cute things I want to do. Okay, but I got to get down to work. I got to get down and do this. All right, here we go, guys. Here's this astrological chart, mini astrology reading, little 10-minute astrology reading for Kevin Durant. I have a little stopwatch going right here. I'll tell you what's going on in his chart astrologically, some things to point out, and then we'll look at his transits, and I'll tell you if I think what's going on with him right now, what's going to happen to him in the near future. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. One sec. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh. That's what I was thinking, Sue. I was thinking of Bojo. He's going to get back on the voting paper? What? Okay, let me get back to work. Let me get back to work. Well, that's the problem, guys. When I do the live stream, I get distracted hanging out with the Sunnysiders. All right, Hold on, guys. Let me get these three charts done, and then I'll plow, and then we'll do it. Bojo would be fun. SLC loves well, she loves listening to that kind of stuff. All right, here we go. SLC doesn't love Bojo, but she loves listening to the British Parliament. It was really funny. All right, guys, here we go. This is Kevin Durant's astrological chart. Just a mini astrology reading. This is the stuff we do here on the channel, in addition to guessing tarot cards, reading tarot cards. I'm teaching you guys how to be psychic, teaching you guys astrology. All right, here we go. So Kevin Durant is September 29th, 1988. Oh my goodness. So this is this is a fire. I think this is a fire dragon. I'm not sure, but it's one of the dragons in astrology. And many Sunnysiders are born in 1988. That's just a little thing. I don't know everything about Chinese astrology, but I know that the dragons always like an audience. The dragons always have a bit of an entourage. They're always a mesmerizing presence. They're very smart. They can get what they want. They can be quite tenacious. Anyways, this is not about Chinese astrology. I'm just noting here that there are a number of Sunnysiders who are dragons as well. All right, so I don't have his birth time, so I put the sun on the ascendant here. So for everyone who's studying astrology with me, it's going to be easier for you guys to see. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. So Kevin Durant is a Libra. We don't know his rising sign, and his moon is way over there in Taurus just to begin with. Now, guys who type a Taurus, so he's a Libra, right? So he's probably very graceful and elegant. Yeah, and he's probably graceful in his movement and everything. But that's neither here nor there. With, anyways, this Libra part of him is kind of important, because this Libra axis right here between Libra and Aries is tending to be one of the main highlighted aspect of what's going on in his life. So, what did I say? Libra, Aries? So the sun in Libra opposing Mars in Aries is going to cause a lot of problems for Kevin Durant. It's going to make him, like if we look at this, so wherever Mars is in the chart, it's like causing for the most part, it's putting a lot of energy. And if it's too much energy, it can cause a problem. So in some parts of the chart, it's very good. In other parts of the chart, it causes a bit of a problem. Now, the joke about this kind of chart is it's opposite his sun. So if you can imagine, if instead of the Mars, it was the moon, he'd be looking straight at the moon. He'd be like full moon energy, just straight at the moon. Whoa! Subconscious on full display. And just an example of someone born under a full moon, or an example of a full moon, it's when your subconscious is on display, so you can see, like, oh, like at a new moon, you'd be like, oh, he's a nice guy, oh, he's a cool guy, he's a cool guy. And then when you get to the full moon, it's like, oh my God, he's a werewolf. And then it's going to subside and it goes, oh, that werewolf, oh, there he goes. And so that's a moon. Okay, so that's the moon, your subconscious on display. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about his Mars. His Mars is in very feisty, fiery, freedom-loving, very strong and aggressive, and definitely trying to always break things up and get away with it. Very competitive. Let's see what I can get away with. Aries. And that's what is going on. And his Mars is directly across from his sun. So just like a full moon, it's like a full Mars. So his Mars energy, his vitality, his strength, you know, his physical essence, and also his combative and argumentative nature is directed right across his chart, believe it or not, into his relationships. This is so funny, because here's what it means. When your Mars is opposite your sun, you get involved. So if I was looking at this in a non-sports way, if someone came to me at night for one of the little readings, a mini reading on the channel at nighttime, I would look at this chart and I'd say, there's absolute cheating in relationships. Guaranteed there's going to be cheating in relationships. Guaranteed there are going to be legal problems in this chart. Guaranteed there's going to be divorce. Guaranteed there's divorce. There's also abuse in relationships, divorce, cheating, like this, which is hilarious because he's actually, again, his sun is in Libra. And his sun is in Libra, wants relationships. Libra sun wants to team up. He wants to partner. He wants to give over to the other person. He wants to capitulate. Aries energy likes to be the star. Look at me, look at me, look at me. You know, Aries wants to be the star. They're very pushy, competitive. Let's do it. Hey, I want to go first. I want to go first. That's Aries. But Libra is the opposite of that. Libra is, okay, you go first. All right, is that where we're going? Okay, let's go do that. Very affable, very let's get along, very, yeah, let's go do that. And that's Kevin Durant. That is him. That is a Libra sun, and that's not just his Libra sun. That's his Mercury is right there. So this guy is very, he likes giving into the other person. I'll show you a little bit more about that. If the moon was here instead of his Mars, like if he's born under a full moon, these are people who give in to their partner all the time. Now, the full moon is strong. Think about it, the full moon, the high tide, right? So on the high tide, it's a good time to launch a ship, right? It's a good time to start a journey. When the, you know, and what are you doing? You're going, you're giving in to the moon, which is again your subconscious. Now, this is not a full moon. This is Mars on the other side. And so this is giving into your impulses. And his Mars, his Mars is really funny. So Kevin Durant's Mars, so he likes to give in. So again, he gives into his impulses. He gives in his energy. Now, here's a neat thing about all of this. The Mars cycle, or on the astrological chart, is a 2-year cycle. So because of this little thing here, and it's not just that little thing, this is just a mini reading here, you can see that Mars is very strong in his chart, but not as strong, like not astrological strong. Okay, that's a different word because it's retrograde, and I'll explain that in a sec. But if it was normal, you know, some people say that the being in Aries will negate the retrograde aspect of the chart, but not necessarily. Okay, just everybody hold on and be cool about it. I'm just saying this Mars is highlighted. Just like a full moon is highlighted, it's a big, powerful moon. This Mars is a big, powerful Mars. And so Kevin Durant is like almost consumed by it. He can't not do it. In his life, the light is always shining on his partnerships. But his partnerships tend to always be negative. I would imagine this guy's going to get divorced. I would imagine there might be abuse in his relationships. His partners will cheat on him. His partners will lie to him. That's just the way it is. Good luck. Now, it also indicates every 2 years, this guy might get that itch to really move. And that can be seen way down here. So it's not necessarily here. It's moving along like this. There's a possibility that it's going to show up there. There are different places in the chart where a move is going to show up. But when the move shows up, it's very much going to square his Mars. So whether it's at the top of the chart or the bottom of the chart, his Mars energy that's highlighted, he has to do it. So he has to break up that energy. Because you'll see, oh, how come everybody doesn't move every 2 years, Sonny? Well, everybody kind of gets the itch. You know, there are a couple of itches for change, and everybody does kind of get it every 2 years. That is part of your Mars cycle. But right here, when we get this happening, when that itch comes through, it also forms a T-square, and it forms a T-square in his chart, right? And that is different. For most people who aren't born, most people aren't born with this. And so if you just have that making a square down here, just astrology glyphs, right? Well, that's tense, but that's not like intense. It's not going to, so if you just have a square in your chart by transit, you know, every 2 years you're going to get the itch to move. But if your Mars is a little bit messed up, you're going to really get the urge to move. Now, how you move has to do with the other energy in your chart. Sometimes some people get promoted and move upwards. Some people move on. Some people they keep, in certain parts of the chart, they might keep winning new awards, keep entering competitions. may be going to school, put a lot of energy into school, maybe a lot of energy into making money, maybe a lot of energy into travel or their health. Like there are a lot of different places where this energy could be. And it could be disruptive, you know? Every 2 years you want to change your fitness routine, or every 2 years you want to move your house, or every 2 years you want to start a new job. It's not a really big deal. But in Kevin Durant's case, in every 2 years he wants to break up in relationships. That's hilarious, man. Good luck. Another thing, I'm not sure if I said this already, so the type of, because of the nature of the planet there and how it works, the type of relationships it says, so okay, you guys are getting the point that the sun is going to follow what's ever over here, right? So you guys are getting that. And so he's going to follow people who are going to cause him problems. This is really funny. So that's the problem. Kevin Durant's going to follow people who are going to give him problems. All right, so this is a mini reading. Hey guys, hey Clean Music Lover, what's up? So, and hey Annie. So this is just a mini reading, so we're not going to go on and on about Kevin Durant, and I went on and on about that little Mars opposite the sun, but there's more to it, and we have to get to his transits in a sec. All right, so in addition to that, it's okay. So Kevin Durant is a Libra. His Mars is opposite his sun. No big deal. If anyone wants a personal reading, hit the. There are no personal live readings right now, but if you want a private reading, hit the PayPal link in the description box below, and we'll set it up over Zoom. Otherwise, I'll be back tonight. What else is going on in his chart? Okay, so that was hilarious. I thought I'd bring that up because that was absolutely hilarious and I wanted to point it out. Okay, so there are other things in this chart. Like he does have this, he does have this grand cross in his chart, which makes things really tense for him, right? His Chiron is square to his sun and square to his Mars, and that is problematic. You know, so like he has problems in this chart. He has tension in his chart that can't escape his chart. So he will feel it deeper and feel like there's no escape from what he's going through. Not at all times, but when this degree, right, 6, 7 degrees, 4, 5, 6, 7 degrees are activated astrologically. So we'll have to keep our eyes open to see when we look at the transits to see if anything around 4, 5, 6 degrees is really activated right now. You know, in an extended transit because he's going through this right now. All right, next. What else do you need to know? As we cruise around, he probably thinks a lot about himself, right? With Mercury this close to the sun. Kevin Durant probably spends a lot of time thinking about himself, a lot of time. That Mercury stationary there, a lot of time thinking about himself. He probably doesn't care about money, right? Like money is important to him, but he's probably damned if you do, damned if you don't, or he's going to figures like he's going to get paid anyways, or he's going to have to pay the bill anyways, or whatever is whatever. Like no matter what I say, it's going to get all screwed up anyways. So he probably wants to get paid, very much wants to get paid, but he knows there's always going to be a little bit of a problem when he gets paid. So that's just the deal he's going to have to deal with. Over here, his movement is going to be restricted in his lifetime. This is really interesting. This is really interesting. This is a frustrating aspect in astrology. Uranus, the blue planet there, is revolutionary. It's eccentric. It really wants to break out and do things. It's the rebel of the zodiac. And it's right beside Saturn, which is this little guy right here, and that's the control freak in the zodiac. So part of him wants to really be rebellious, and he's torn between being rebellious and freedom. He really wants freedom, and he really wants to express himself, but Saturn is there trying to control it all, right? And he can't really, and he has this internal struggle about trying to be free or controlling, and he probably freaks out quite a bit because his Mars is actually in Aries, with a but to all of this. All right, so this is going to cause problems with his communication and his movement. His movement is going to be restricted, even though he wants freedom to move around. Now, whatever is going on in this, it makes a very harmonious aspect to his Venus. So as much as this is frustrated right now, right, in the summer of 2022, like his movement is frustrated, this chart says that with Venus making this harmonious aspect to this conjunction of planets I'm pointing to, that indicates that his moves right? Like when he gets traded teams, or if he moves, whatever, like his movement, it's going to be, it's going to work out. Like it's things, as far as that is concerned, tends to work out for him, which is good. It's hilarious. Now, if there was a negative thing about this, like quite seriously, if there was a negative thing about that, and I don't really see much negative happening to it, there's a very strong possibility of going to jail, right? So this is one of the things, like if Mars was here, I would say this guy's probably going to go to jail, or this guy's going to grow up in the military. He might join the army where his day is restricted, or he went to a private school, or whatever happened, his movement is restricted and frustrated. Now Uranus is going to cause something similar, but astrologically, Uranus isn't really part of what I teach in astrology. So there we go. Hey Beast, what's up? I hope you're having a wonderful day. All right, here we go. Okay, so that's an interesting thing there about his movement. All right, next. But, let me know in the description, in the comments section, if Kevin Durant ever went to jail, or if he has, he gets restricted, or maybe there was a problem at home growing up. Maybe he didn't grow up. Maybe his mom is like, maybe his parents were divorced, or maybe his parents were divorced. He had to move around a lot as a kid, or maybe there was just a problem at home. Maybe one of his parents, divorced, moved around as a kid. All right, next, as we cruise along, so this is kind of interesting. So he takes a lot of things inward, like he really takes a lot internally. With the South Node and Lilith, no less, in the 12th house in Virgo, he's going to come across as someone very critical. Now, he might not always say everything, because, the Mercury here, he's always thinking about himself, and it is in a pretty rough Mercury, so he probably has difficulty communicating, right? Saturn down here. So he has a couple of difficult things with regards to his communication. His Mercury's a little messed up. He has Saturn and Uranus. Like, he has a lot of eccentric and weird things to say, but he probably keeps it all back. And his moon is in Taurus, and Taurus moon people are notoriously slow, right? It's not as bad as a Cancer rising, but a Taurus moon, slow, plodding, take their time, methodical, very possessive. It's all part of a Taurus moon. Watch their words. They come across a little slow. But here with the South Node, you can imagine that the South Node is where we internalize. So he's always internalizing things, and it's in Virgo. So he's always internalizing the details. He's always analyzing, internalizing. And over here, this is the North Node, which is like ballooning and expanding. But the balloons pop, right? Balloons pop on the North Node, and too much internalizing will drown you. And so, but the North Node is over here in Kevin Durant's house of physicality and day-to-day life. So it is pretty good. You can see that blowing up his, his physical, like his getting in shape and being an athlete. Now, one of the problems is, because it's the North Node, this chart is a little bit prone to injury. Like it is. Like the North Node is going to be great. You can do it just like I said, like a balloon that can pop. It's going to be good, but it's going to implode every once in a while. So he is injury prone. The biggest problem coming to him going to Durant is through partnerships, though. When he gets married, someone's going to cheat on him. It's going to be tricky. All right, what else is going on? It's interesting stuff. Venus is over here in Leo. He likes to be showy. He likes to be dramatic. He's probably very, very romantic. All right, this reading went on too long. Let me tell you, we're going to do the transits, but in a second, I'm just going to tell you another interesting thing about this chart, what might work and what won't work. I know a lot of people are talking about Kevin Durant going back to Golden State. Well, the Golden State Warriors have a lot of energy up here in Capricorn, and that does not work well for this in Kevin Durant. That's why I was harping on this Mars-Sun thing. So Capricorn energy does not serve Kevin Durant, and Cancer energy does not serve Kevin Durant as well. Both of those energies are going to cause a lot of tension with Kevin Durant, and it's going to cause problems. Now, the reason I bring that up is because LeBron James, right, King James, he is a Capricorn right there. So you have to watch out. In addition to that, so once again, the LeBron James is a Capricorn, so he's going to be, have awe. Like Kevin Durant's not going to really enjoy playing with LeBron James. So I don't really see it happen. And in addition to that, all right, so that's it. So that's it. We'll look at a bit more of the transits in a sec. When we look at the transits, you'll see that Kevin Durant's been going through some stuff. Just like I say on the channel when I'm doing the horoscopes for you guys, Libras have had it very difficult in the last year or so. Libras have had it difficult. Libras, Aries, Kevin Durant's a Libra. Now, what else is important in this? Kyrie Irving, that we'll look at a little bit later, his sun, you'll see that Kyrie Irving's sun is right there. So this means that Kevin Durant's Mars wants to follow Kyrie Irving's sun. It's that simple. This astrology is that simple sometimes. Unfortunately, and the joke about all of this is, so it's right there. His Mars is going to follow. I'll show you guys a little later. But Kyrie Irving's sun is going to square LeBron James stuff as well. So none of these three guys, whether you have Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, I guess it's K-I, right? Kyrie Irving, or King James, LBJ, these guys aren't going to get along together. They're not going to get along. Good in the short term. They'll admire each other, maybe respect each other from a distance. But these guys are not playing nice in the sandbox. All right, let's look at this video was way too long, man. That was way too long, but let's continue. This, the next thing you want to look at, I want to look at is Kevin Durant, what's coming up with Kevin Durant. And obviously, I'm not making a 2-hour video. I won't be chopping this up because these readings are actually kind of sloppy right now. So, oh well, what can you do? I'll do them again. I'll do them again, it's all right. But I'll show you, when I do their transits, I'll do it again. Anyways, this is Kevin Durant's, what he has coming up right now and what he's been going through. So you can see, so once again, this is Kevin Durant's sun right there. This is his Venus over here. So these are where things are going to come under attack. So I'm just going to show you guys some stuff that that if I saw in an astrological chart, if I was doing a reading for someone, I'll tell you what's going to happen. And as I'm looking at this, and actually guys, I didn't look at his transits until right now. So here we go. And I'll tell you guys, Kevin Durant is actually going through a really difficult time right now. He's going through, his Saturn is opposite his Venus. This is an interesting thing. Now Saturn is retrograde right now, but Saturn is going to move in the other direction. Okay, it is going to come back. And when this Saturn, when this returns and it's 24 degrees, I'll tell you guys, because this is 24 degrees, I'll tell you guys, when this happens right here, this is the type of aspect that happens in a chart where Saturn is opposite Venus, where someone where someone gets divorced, right? They lose their Venus. You remember earlier, for most of this video today, I've been showing how this energy is moving in this direction here. The sun is following Mars, and then that Mars was following Kyrie Irving's sun, right? Showing how the energy moved. In this particular case, Saturn, which is known as the old sun, right, the transiting planet, that transiting planet is taking away from the Venus right here. It's taking away. And the Venus is where enters into the chart love and money. So this planet right here, as it's transiting right now, right, for the rest of the year, this shows me that Kevin Durant is going to break. Like, if he wasn't a basketball player and this guy just showed me his chart, like, say this guy calls me up and says, hey, Sonny, there's this really rich guy who wants you to look at his chart. And I say, all right, give me $5,000, I'll read his chart. Then I'd say, you know what, man? I don't know anything about you, but I think you're about to get divorced. So you got to watch out. You might get divorced, lose your job. You might lose some money. When other people, like when Donald Trump goes through this transit, he tends to file for bankruptcy. So, you know, some guys make a lot of money. They also lose a lot of money. Kevin Durant has to watch out for losing a lot of money for the rest of the year, right? He's going to lose a lot of money. and he's going to lose a lot of love, and that's really tough, because this Venus thing right here we're talking about, well, that is the ruler of his sun. Venus is very important in this chart. And the problem with this chart, and so that's the deal. Venus is important to this guy. And that's what's going on. So that's what I say, man. That's what I say. In spite of all of the other transits, right? Like in spite of everything. Chiron is retrograde here in the 7th house, right? This causes relationship problems. Jupiter is here. Normally, I'll tell you guys something that's really screwy right now. When Jupiter moves forward, right? See how it's red right there? It's retrograde. And it's retrograde, which means right now it's moving in this direction. This is kind of going to negate a lot of the power of Jupiter, so to speak. Not really, but so to speak. And so what's happening is, normally wherever Jupiter is in the chart, that's usually awesome, right? And you attract a lot, and you're very spiritual and philosophical, and it's just great. But for the most part. But right now it's retrograde, and this area of the chart is partnerships. And so right now, it's a really neat thing to look at. I was sitting there and everybody's saying, right, how come nobody wants Kevin Durant, right? Why does nobody want Kevin Durant? What's the deal? Is he too expensive? Is he this? Is this that? What's going on? But astrologically, Jupiter is retrograde right now. And Jupiter means lots and big. So instead of Kevin Durant having lots of people who want to hang out in his 7th house, which is like partnerships and relationships, and yeah, that team and every team wants me. Jupiter's retrograde, man. So that means like all of these people, not so much. But when it goes direct, and it's going to go direct soon, I think when it goes direct, you're going to see everybody's going to want Kevin Durant again. And that's pretty neat. I'll tell you right now when it goes direct, and I'll tell you when everybody's going to want Kevin Durant again. See, it's going retrograde. It's going to conjunct his Mars. It's going to oppose his Sun, conjunct his Mars. So that's like lots of people. Anyways, we went over this a million times. So then Jupiter is going to tuck into Pisces down there, and right around the 20th of November. So for all of you sports guys in the background, all of you guys in the media, all of you guys who like astrology, all of you guys who like sports gambling, all of you guys who have your own NBA podcasts or NBA YouTube channels or Kevin Durant channels or Brooklyn Net channels or anything, feel free to comment. Feel free to message me, and if you want to do a collab, I will, whatever. But I'm telling you guys, around the 24th of November, suddenly around the 24th of November, interest in Kevin Durant is going to really heat up. I don't know what's going on in the NBA around that time, blah, 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 but that's what I think. If that's what I think. Now, there are other indicators that he might get traded or he might move, and I didn't really look at the other indicators. I've just been going on and on and on about this nonsense. And this reading is only supposed to be, I'll just go back and have a look. The reading is only supposed to, actually, I'm going to move forward because I want to show you guys something. It's only supposed to be a mini reading, but I'm turning it into like this epic, almost personal reading. But I want to show you guys something. So right here, right at the beginning of January, so I think the end of November, the interest in Kevin Durant is going to heat up. And I think right around the middle of January, that's when the problems are going to happen. This is when it's going to peak. Middle of January, Venus opposite Venus, Venus conjunct Saturn right here. That's the worst of it. This is the worst, and then he's going to be out of it. But up until this is the worst of it. He's going to lose money. He's going to lose friends, relationships, and then at the end of January he's on. Middle of January he's moving on, and he doesn't have to worry about it again. And that's the action with Kevin Durant, guys. That's his action. I guess there's more if you want to look at more, but I don't want to waste my time looking at this guy's chart. If anybody knows Kevin Durant and if he gives a shit about astrology, then have him contact me. Have him contact me. Just have him write his address, write his email down on a couple of $100 bills and send it to me. All right, there you go. All right, there you go. There's more. So relationships are bad. There's Pluto is down here causing problems in his home, right? His mom might be sick, right? Like his mom might be sick, or there's problems at home. You know, stuff to watch out for. Anything else that's going on in this chart that you might want to? That's about it. I mean, the nodes are up here. He could, you know, be making a lot of money right now. His investments are probably pretty good. Mars at the over here in Taurus and then moving into Gemini. Strong possibility he's going to be traveling right now. Well, he just went to the thing, but like really traveling right now. He maybe pushing himself, you know, studying stuff. You know, he's probably studying, working on his philosophies, maybe writing, whatever. And then, yeah, he might be writing, getting ready to write right now. Anyways, that's the deal. That's the deal. That's what's going on with Kevin Durant. I thought that was pretty neat. I like looking at their charts. What's up with you guys? Hey, so who's in here? Hey, Navi, what's up? Hey, Jazz, what's going on? Hey, Clean Music, what's up? Hey, Stace. Whoa, lots of guys. Hey, Clean Music Lover, are you Kakashi? I'm going to do Kakachi's chart tonight. Would he like to play with the Celtics? I don't know if he wants to. I don't know if he's going to want to play. Oh, this chart's a little big, right? I don't know if he's going to want to play with the Celtics. Maybe. But I tell you, he's not going to want to play with... Okay, let's pull the other... Let's do LeBron. LeBron is a neat chart. Okay, so let's lose Durant here. Check this out. I didn't pull up... He might like Boston, but... Check out LeBron's chart. Hey, so watch this. So Ben Simmons, see this? Ben Simmons has his Saturn right on. So you know what? Like this thing with Ben Simmons was not gonna. Ben Simmons was not gonna play well with Kevin Durant. There was just no way on any planet. Like this, his North Node is like it's just painful, man. This is just painful. This part right here, this power center, this red line right here in Ben Simmons' chart, like this is right on top of Kevin Durant's Sun and Mars. Like Kevin Durant's Mars is conjunct Ben Simmons' Saturn. These guys aren't going to be able to play. There's like no way. Oh my God. Okay, forget Simmons. Let's go back. Braun is up next. All right. Just a quick one with just a quick one. I was on too long. I've been going on and on. I only want to be on for an hour this afternoon, and then I want to come back tonight. I just want to get back into doing charts for you guys. All right, LeBron's up. Oh my God. Oh wait, I didn't even see you guys. So now, hey, Talk and Fight. What's up, man? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat, guys. It's great to see you, Talking Box. I know who you are. It's great to see you, man. Hey, Wing One, what's up? I'm only going to be here for a little bit of an hour or so. Hey, Jazz, what's up? I hope you're having an amazing day. Oh, hey, Navi, what's up? Oh, where'd you get those cool emojis? All right, I'm going to have to steal some emojis from you. Then, who else is in the house here? Okay, next. Oh, nice. CML, what? Right on. You like old-time boxing? What? I like Foxy Boxing, and I like the PFL, the Pillow Fight League. You got those from me. Navi, are these our emojis? No way. I need to talk to SLC. So, okay. I'm not sure what's... Wow. Okay, I'll figure it out. I don't... That came from YouTube? No way. That's so cool. I just set it up. I don't know how to access all of it yet. I'm trying to figure it out, and I can't figure it out. It's like when they took the cords off of phones. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay, everybody calm down. Oh. All right, next. Let's do Braun. Let's look at LeBron's James chart and see what's going on in this guy's chart. You guys make me laugh. All right, check this out for LeBron. Now, I think this is LeBron's time, 4:04 p.m. Check this out. This is an interesting chart. So his chart, he's not a me guy. He's really, LeBron is really a team guy. Like, holy smokes, that's the top of his chart right there. And so all of this is we, right? Like, LeBron is a team player. Like, holy smokes, he really is. Now, this makes him a publicity whore, obviously. Like, his Mars is he's a Capricorn with the Mars right at the top of his chart. Like, this guy this guy goes after what he wants. But his Mars is actually in Pisces. So he has a bit of a wussy Mars. LeBron James, for as hard and as harsh as he looks, like, this is some hard stuff. You would think this is a hard guy, right? A Capricorn with all this Scorpio energy. And this is hard Scorpio energy. This is the South Node. This is Saturn. This is Pluto. Hard Scorpio energy. And, you would think, wow, this guy's... Well, he obviously, I guess, has resting bitch face. But he is a fun guy. His Mercury is in Sagittarius. So LeBron probably likes to tell jokes. His Venus is in Aquarius, so he's probably quite eccentric. Oh, shit in hell. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys just see that? So I've never really looked at his chart before. Okay, this is good. Okay, that's really good. Mars sort of conjunct his Venus. Not really, but sort of-ish. But this is really, really difficult. So this guy is going to have serious So this is going to cause problems in his chart. This is going to cause relationship problems. This is going to cause, so the thing with LeBron's chart, this chart has very clear things in its chart, where there are some extremely negative things in his chart. But somehow, with LeBron James, he's able to overcome some of the crazy things in his chart. Like, he has Saturn this is crazy, man. Like, if this is his birth time for real, this guy has Saturn, the South Node, Uranus, Mercury. This guy, and then Jupiter in the 8th house. This guy has injury all over his chart. Like, this guy, I can't believe this guy's not in a wheelchair. Like, this looks like the guy who's going to always get injured. What the hell is going on with this guy? Never gets to do what he wants to do. He attracts a little bit of death. He might have a blood disease. He has to watch out for problems in his back, problems in his teeth. Might have problems in his legs and his sex life. The guy's got problems in his chart, man. Chiron in the 12th house. Isolation, mental health situation, depression, isolation. What the hell, man? Except, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something about this chart. He has Saturn. I just pointed out Saturn square the nodes. That's going to cause major problems in his love life. He might have a brother, one of his brothers or sisters might have died when he was young. I don't really know, right? Like, you guys tell me in the description. Or it's just negative. Like, he's bringing a lot of negative energy from a past life into this life, and he could easily be a wheelchair, easily lose all his money. It's just brutal. Or he might make his money from unscrupulous sources, right? Like, probably not. The other chart, Kevin Durant hangs out with negative people, right? Mars opposite the sun, hanging out with negative people. LeBron James doesn't have that, right? He has a different kind of chart. He's a very people chart, and it's really positive stuff. Although, it's tricky. He has some negative stuff. But if you do the lessons, like, it can go both ways. So Saturn in the 6th house here, like this, with the South Node of all things, this makes a guy, so the South Node is okay in Scorpio, right? The South Node rules Scorpio, so it's okay. And the North Node, I believe, is exalted in Taurus, so that's okay as well. Now, so what am I trying to say? So this means his health, and he has to Saturn his health. Saturn means hard work and discipline. If you don't put but it also means where you're tormented in life, right? So if Saturn's over here, you're going to be tormented by mean girls, right? If Saturn is over here, you're going to be attacked by the police all the time. Like, if Saturn is over here, someone going to try and steal your money all the time, right? It's where you're tormented. Or if Saturn's here, you have to spend all your time working to make money, because if you don't, you're not going to have any money. So I'll say that again. If Saturn was here, you have to work all the time. You're tormented by it. And if you don't work, you're not going to have any money. So Saturn is over here in LeBron's chart, and that means he's tormented by his health. If he doesn't work out all the time, he's going to lose his health. Saturn will take his health away. So that's what I'm saying, where he has some really negative things in his chart for the average person. But he's not the average person. He's LeBron James. So he does work his Saturn. And not only does he work his Saturn, but again, that south node, the south node is where energy is always kind of pouring into your chart. And it can overflow. You're going inwards, inwards, inwards. And Scorpio is a sign that's always going inwards and breaking it down. And Saturn is the planet of controlling and hard work. And he's always got this, he always has this in his chart happening with his health. Now, if he doesn't Saturn just work, 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 he is going to develop health problems very quickly. So he has to be very careful when he retires not to get sick very quickly. All right, next. Pass it on. Tell him that I do astrology. If anyone knows LeBron James or anyone knows anyone in the NBA, please pass on these readings. Tell them to contact me, and I'll gladly sit down with them over Zoom and read their chart. All right, next, what else is going on? So you'll see, for those who follow the TheSunnySide, follow my astrology here, you'll know that these degrees are active right now, right? So this part of the chart in LeBron James, it's active right now. So he's going to be encountering some very, very serious problems right now. Last year was a problematic year. This year coming up is a problematic year. I think LeBron James is actually going to retire soon, and I'll show you when, and I'll also explain why. Okay, next. What else is going on in this guy's chart? So he's an absolute relationship guy, Sun in the 7th house. He spends a lot of time in relationships. He partners up. Jupiter is over in the 8th house. So when he partners up, he will make a ton of money in investments. He will make a lot of money helping other people make money. He's really good at helping other people make money. He's very, very good with joint finances. Extreme 8th house, right? Extremely savvy with the finances. On the other hand, he's always going to win legal battles, and but probably there might be a little bit of sexual perversion in his life, or maybe not perversion, but he might have a real sexual, like a major sexual drive, and his sexual drive may be border on perversion a little bit. It's like his sex drive, his energy is way over the top. Okay, just whether you realize it or not, I don't know that this is public, it's not public, I don't know about it, but his sex drive, LeBron's sex drive is way over the top. Okay, whatever. He also attracts a lot of death. I've never heard of that in the media, but this chart says he attracts a lot of death. Over here in the 9th house, he's obviously going to travel a lot. He's going to travel a lot. He's going to make money from overseas. 9th house. He's going to make money with people from foreign cultures, and his money is going to come from overseas. Like, I thought he's American, but who says he's going to make money from overseas? With groups of people. Overseas with groups of people. Mars at the top of the chart. Obviously, this guy's going to have problems at times in his life with authority figures. And he's going to change, well, he's going to have problems with authority figures. Mars at the top of the house. This also means he might run away from home. As a kid, he might have run away from home. That's the deal. Problems with authority. That's the deal. Moon in the 11th house. Look at this. This is a little bit, okay, I don't want to go too much into that sex stuff, but like, he's an extremely physical person. Like, he's a physical person. His Mars is in Aries. Ridiculously competitive. Super competitive. But did I say Mars? I meant the moon. Sorry, guys. Sometimes when I speak quickly, I misspeak. His moon is in Aries. So there you go. Extremely competitive. His moon does square the sun to a degree, right? This is not super accurate, and it is a fast reading. His moon is at 16 degrees. His sun is at 9, so that's a loose square. And I usually have the degrees, my orbs, I like to keep them within 3 degrees, but I write horoscopes, so I do it all the time. But loosely in this chart, this is going to make someone who's indecisive, someone who changes, like he's a Capricorn, right? So this guy knows what he's doing. And he's got all this Scorpio energy, so he definitely knows what he's doing. But this is going to make him indecisive. He's going to change his mind. He's extremely competitive. So if people say LeBron doesn't want to win, that is not true. His moon is in Aries. He is extremely, extremely competitive. But he does flip-flop. He changes his mind. He might have suffer from depression at times. Depression, maybe mental illness, maybe changes his mind a lot, possibly a little bit violent, but probably more physical than violent, and definitely competitive. But Capricorns really hold themselves back, and they're quite restrained, right? So neither here nor there. Normally when I see Chiron in the 12th house, it's not Chiron, sorry, not Chiron. Normally when I see the North Node in the 12th house, that can indicate isolation, being alone all the time. But for this, and I would normally say mental health problems, depending on if anything's aspecting it, like if there's a negative aspect, like Venus squaring it, I would normally say there are suicide attempts, problems in sexuality, like something might have happened to him when he was really young, when he sexually, but you don't have to talk about that. And then so, I would normally say that kind of stuff, right? But like, I think that's the deal with LeBron. So his chart, normally you would see this chart and you would say, you know what, this guy's gonna have problems, like real legit problems. But instead of succumbing to it, he really overcame a lot of this crazy stuff in the chart. Like there you go. Like, this is excessive drinking. Mars in the 5th house is like, sorry guys, I'm misspeaking. Pluto in the 5th house is like public partying. The guy likes to party nonstop, or it's like having sex with everybody. Like, it means a miscarriage, right? He might have miscarriages, a couple of miscarriages, abortions, some problems with his kids. But he don't have any. But as far as I know, LeBron doesn't have any problems with his kids. His kids seem to be awesome. They're going to be like superstars too. So like, interesting. I think LeBron's chart's interesting. But aside of all that, let's check something out here that is even more interesting, and that is what's happening in the transits right now. Because in spite of, whether a guy uses free will or whether he has the world against him, you're going to see in LeBron's chart that in spite of, or despite, or whatever you want to say, all of this, he has some really negative, life-changing things that he's going through right now. And it's interesting. And I'll tell you what's LeBron and what's just happening with people at this age. All right, here we go. Hey, Jazz, so that was LeBron James. He has an outside kid? No way. No way. What else are you guys talking about? Hey, Pisces, what's up? And hey, Mike, what's going on? Pisces and 22 Pisces. So that was LeBron James. All right, next. Okay, so the next one, his transits right here. Let's move that up a little bit. Shucks, maybe shrink it and move it up. I'm going to have to fix this chart here. Okay, so this is what's crazy. Right here. Do you guys see this? In LeBron James' chart. Right there. Like, this is it. So remember in Kevin Durant's chart, Saturn was going to oppose. In Kevin Durant's chart, Saturn is going to oppose his Venus. Kevin Durant is going to lose all his money and lose his relationships. So normally, so watch this. So there's this right here, Saturn crossing LeBron James' Venus. Also, Saturn is totally squaring LeBron James's nodes right now. This is just crushing his life. And he's also going through a Saturn square. Oh my God. And the nodes, he just went through a node return. Now let's look at this one at a time backwards. The node return happens around this time of life. So anytime you're around, like around 38 years old, right? 37, 38, you're going to go through your node return. And that means you're going to enter into a new period in life. That's why these guys, they might retire, right? They might retire around 37 to 38. This is old in athlete world, right? And so this is the time when guys retire, or they have a big change in life. And everybody goes through, like, this is an astrological thing that just happens between 37 to 38, and you can't really go back from that. All right, whatever, man. So, whatever, just letting you guys know. And so, everybody kind of goes through that. So that's the first thing. But he didn't retire, right? He's still playing and he has another year left, but he didn't re-sign. So that's interesting. Okay, he didn't re-sign. Not that it's a big deal or anything, because LeBron James, man, he could do whatever he wants. But we also have Saturn is about to go this way, right? In November, Saturn is going to be direct again. And then in January, Saturn's going to be at 25 degrees. Saturn's going to cross LeBron's Venus. So I would say he's probably going to renegotiate his contract anytime between November and January. Something is going to happen when Saturn is going to clamp down on his Venus. And in between January to November, if he makes that, signs his contract between then, he's probably not going to get as much money. And when you guys listen to the sports or the basketball, because we're doing basketball today, in the fall, you will hear things like Kevin Durant, again, who has the opposition, right? It just so happens that these guys have similar kind of things going on in their charts, right? And so their Venuses are opposite, right? Kevin Durant and LeBron James' Venuses are opposite. And so that means they see the world very opposite, like opposite. One guy is country, the other guy is rock and roll, but neither here nor there. You're going to find out that for both of them, from November to January, money is going to majorly dry up. Major dry up for LeBron and for Kevin Durant from November to January. If he can hold off until February to sign his contract, he should make a lot, like way more money. Now, on top of all of that, you're going to see that LeBron is actually, on top of all of that, he's going through a 7-year Saturn square. So this is a 7-year kind of thing. So every 7 years, just like Kevin Durant follows his Mars around, every 2 years Kevin Durant has to shift around. For most people, it's every 7 years they got to switch things up a little bit. And that's what LeBron James is going through. And he's going through a couple of astrological transits. He's going through 3 very big, very obvious astrological transits, which indicate that things are done. Like he's done and ready to move on into the next section of his life. Like he has Saturn, so he has 1, the nodes, a node return, time for the next section in your life. 2, he has Saturn crossing Venus, and this conjunction happens almost like every 30 years. So whatever, like every 27 years that might happen, right? So that's a really tough thing. And over here, he has the 7-year Saturn square thing. So it's 3 big things happening right now in LeBron James' life that indicates that he's going through a big change that he's not going to come back from. And so you got to watch out for it. Now, on top of, okay, and so that's where I'm going to leave it at that. So he has to watch out for injury. He's going to have to watch out for injury. This year he's going to have, so I say LeBron James has to watch out for a really bad injury in January. There you go. Sonny called it. LeBron James gets injured in January and he doesn't make any money. Something happens between, what did I say, November? But it's not going to happen in November, right? It's going to be December to the middle of January. LeBron's probably, he might go through a major injury and might be forced to retire. But I don't see LeBron getting injured because like it didn't happen this summer. If he continues to, he looks like he's going to continue to play. So he should be okay. But I'm just saying that's what's on the horizon for LeBron. An injury is on the horizon. Maybe he's going to get divorced. Maybe he's going to lose some money. Maybe his like the only thing he really has to, I think, in life, because just because it says that in the astrology doesn't mean it's going to happen in real life, right? Maybe he doesn't get divorced, obviously. Like, obviously, if his marriage is fine, he's not getting divorced. Just means he's going to put a lot of hard work and energy into it. But he is negotiating a contract right now. And so because he's negotiating a contract, I'm saying, you know, he's going to have to watch his money game. And that's the deal, guys. That's all the nonsense about that. All right, Sue, see you later. I'm going to I'm all done. I'm all done. How long have we been online here? So, there we go. That's the astrology for LeBron James coming up, and that's Kevin Durant coming up. I want to stick around and do one more chart, guys, but I have to take off. Go check in with everyone upstairs, make sure everyone's okay, and then I'll well, those are those two charts. I guess I didn't do all of them. Whatever. Kyrie Irving's going to have to wait. He's in Aries. Who cares? He's in Aries. Make him wait, right? So, hey, guys. All right, Sue, we'll see you a little later. I'm going to take off as well. Hey, guys, if you guys know how to share videos on Twitter and how to tag them or use those @ signs, if there are any sports guys watching, can you please share these videos, the sports one, on Twitter, and use the right address and do that @ thing so that these go directly to Kevin Durant and directly to LeBron James? Can you share it like that? So when you share it on Twitter, I use the hashtags, but I'm not sure what their real accounts are because they have all these accounts. I just don't get it. So if you know who LeBron's real Twitter account or Kevin Durant's real Twitter account, can you share the video and put that @ thing and send it to them? Thanks, guys. Super appreciate it. All right, and that's the action, guys. I hope everyone had a super amazing afternoon. Hope everything's cool for everybody. And that was a lot of fun. We're going to do more of this. I'm trying to get back here on the sunny side to the way it used to be before I left 2 years ago. I want to get back to doing my stuff in the morning like this, and except this is the afternoon. Get back to doing my little morning show, breakfast. I want to get back to doing Breakfast with Sonny and Late Night Tarot. Those are my two, Breakfast with Sonny, Late Night Tarot, and the Hump Day Horoscopes. Those are the 3 shows I have here on the sunny side, and I haven't been doing any of them. And that's what we're trying to get back to. And this here is supposed to be Breakfast with Sonny, but it came on at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Anyways, that's the deal, guys. I hope everyone has a super amazing day. Please share the video on Twitter and do that @ thing so that these guys see the video. If they have any questions or anyone has any questions, just let me know. And that's the deal. When we come back tonight for a personal, not private, but for like live readings on the show for Late Night Tarot, we're going to start with Kakashi's chart because I missed it. I missed it a couple of times. But we're going to do it, and I'm going to do his progressed chart. If you guys want to learn a little bit more of that. In addition to that, my class is coming up soon in October. I'm teaching my next astrology class. It's not as tricky as you think. We're not going to be doing things like this, the moon cycle with the sun and that moon sun stuff Mars sun, moon sun stuff I was talking about, or the nodes. We're not going to do that per se on the level 1, but we will do things in level 1 like like that stuff I was showing you about going to jail, or that stuff I was showing you about relationships, breakup in relationships. Anyways, just check out TheSunnySide.net, and there the exam is posted there under astrology classes. And if that's the stuff you want to learn in astrology, then check it out. All right, guys, that's the action. Hey, Beast, what's up? All right, Stace. I'll see you later. All right, guys, I'm taking off, and I'll be back in a couple hours. I'm gonna go hang out with Papa Sunshine for a bit, and I'll be back. And that's the action, guys. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sonny, wishing everyone the best. Have a super amazing afternoon. Whoop whoop. And I'll see you guys a little later. Have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you guys soon.